Hey, hi, my name is Eric Arriaga, and I'm here to propose that the state of California should adopt the Healthy Food Incentives Ordinance. This policy sets nutritional standards for restaurant food that is accompanied by toys or other youth-focused incentive items. The intent of this proposal is to improve the overall health of adolescents in California through the establishment of these nutritional standards. The ordinance California should implement would state as following. A restaurant may give away a free incentive item in combination with the purchase of a meal only if the meal has less than 600 calories, less than 640 milligrams of sodium, less than 35% of total calories from fat, less than 10% of total calories from saturated fat, less than 0.5% of trans fat, contains 0.5 cups of fruits and at least 0.75 cups of vegetables. As of today, the city and county of San Francisco and the Santa Clara County have passed this ordinance, while New York is considering this policy as well. This is merely the rise in the beginning towards healthier standards. I am here to claim that 1, restaurants have a major role and responsibility for addressing obesity. 2, the state of California does not seek to limit or regulate any speech and communication on the part of any restaurants. And that 3, this ordinance seeks to encourage and increase the likelihood that children will make healthier choices. I will also present my plan of action. First, the food industry, specifically restaurants, play a role and are responsible for addressing obesity. Over the years, obesity has grown into a public health problem of epidemic proportions, specifically in children. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, approximately 17%, that's 12.5 million, of children and adolescents aged 2 to 19 years are obese. And since 1980, obesity prevalence among children and adolescents has almost tripled. Clearly, there has been a shift. The reason I make this inferential leap that restaurants have a role and responsibility in addressing obesity is because of the amount of time and effort that is used to luring children. Federal Trade Commission reported that $360 million was spent to acquire toys for kids meals, and would rank second only to television as a promotional technique targeted to children. Many restaurants are adopting this strategy to attract more customers and make more money. Clearly the target becomes evident. Some people might say one can just eat at home, or that they themselves do not eat from restaurants, but millions of dollars are spent annually within this industry. A problem does exist. In a report done by the Food Advertising to Children and Teen Scores, 84% of parents reported taking their child to a fast food restaurant at least once a week. 40% of parents reported taking their child to a fast food restaurant at least once a week. 40% of parents reported that their child asked to go to McDonald's at least once a week. 15% of preschoolers asked to go every day. There are clear, definite grounds that state that there is a correlation between restaurants and obesity. Second, the state of California currently does not seek to limit or regulate any speech and communication on the part of any restaurants. In recent years, this issue has risen and become a concern for families and public health agencies. Through the use of toys, games, and other incentives, restaurants are encouraging children to want and choose specific menu items that are abundantly unhealthy but appealing to the youth via the toy that comes with it. The Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine dietitians found that most kid meals marketed by national fast food chains are alarmingly high in fat, cholesterol, and calories. Some meals contain more sodium and about as much saturated fat as a child should consume in an entire day. And in 2011, San Francisco became the first jurisdiction in the nation to implement an ordinance to restrict how restaurants market toys and other incentives. But a structural problem exists. Since the law uses the words give away to connect incentives to the meal, McDonald's is simply charging extra for these toys, 10 cents. This complies with the ordinance, but an attitudinal inherency still exists. Businesses are more worried about getting around the law to make money rather than to promote a healthy lifestyle for children. According to the Board of Supervisors of the County of Santa Clara, in March 2010, 35 of the 45 major restaurant chains surveyed had no policies or extremely vague policies on this issue. My plan of action is that California should adopt a Healthy Food Incentives Ordinance statewide. It would be the Department of Public Health that would inspect restaurants for compliance with this ordinance and carry out this law. If the state of California does adopt the healthy food incentive ordinance, children will be encouraged to make healthier choices for themselves at restaurants. The tactic of using toys to attract youth is a tactic many restaurants use nowadays. I'm not here to argue that. This ordinance states that restaurants could still include toys, the meals just have to meet certain healthy standards. Money could still be made. According to the Journal of Public Policy and Marketing, kids are more concerned and drawn to the toys themselves. Other surrounding restaurants in San Francisco are beginning to change their policies as well. Jack in the Box and Subway are some of the businesses that have made these changes. New meals and substitutions have been made, and there has been no recent data that McDonald's or any other restaurant's money intake has lowered. Thank you.